Hello. Today we're going to be looking at probably one of the easiest ways to make a transmitter that basically takes audio and modulates light with it. So it's a light wave communicator. This is the transmitter part of it. And in the last video we were looking at a simple way to make a receiver for light wave communications. And if you saw the video, we were looking at this T light right here, which is modulated with audio. That's what makes it flicker. Anyway, so what I did was I took this flashlight. It's an Energizer flashlight, and I added to it, it's a telephone isolation transformer. It's a 600 ohm to 600 ohm transformer, and this connector right here so you can plug audio into it. So I need a source of audio, so I got this little audio player. It actually, you can plug in a USB with audio files on it, and it'll play it, and I'm going out of the headphone output. So let's see. So I'll turn that on and plug it in. So now it's modulating audio. You can't hear it yet, but you will. Okay, now we're getting a hum from the lights. Let me turn the lights off. Okay, so we're already looking at a receiver, and one way to make that better, which I talked about, but I don't think we saw it, is you put your phototransistor in a tube with a lens. So I have that right here. This is a small one. I'll show you a larger tube in a minute. And this works much better because it gathers a lot more light. The surface area of this compared to a phototransistor is greatly, gigantically different, much larger. I had to turn that way down. So you could pick this up from hundreds of feet. Now that's just off of the reflection. It's very directional. So anyway, let's take a look at the inside of this. Let's see, turn the lights back on now. There's really not much to it. I'm actually going to do probably one more version of it that's even simpler than this. So what you have is, let's see, you have inside there, on the side right there, you've got the audio connector. And this connection right here that goes from the battery to the switch. There's this switch right here. There's the switch. There's the contacts for the switch. I just basically cut through one of these pieces of metal, and the coil has an input and an output. Doesn't matter which way you hook it up because it's the same on both sides, but the input is hooked to this connector and the output is hooked across where I made the cut, and that's basically it. That's the entire modification right there. So it adds 50 ohms roughly. It's a 600 ohm transformer, but that's impedance. So actual DC resistance, it adds 50 ohms, which works out really well for this particular flashlight since the little LED was being overdriven anyway. This actually makes it so the LED will have a longer life, the battery will last longer. It won't be quite as bright, but then you can actually inject audio and have audio basically riding on top of the DC voltage. So it works really well. It's very simple. You might want to try one. Thanks for listening.